Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for tuning in to Cullman Today. I'm your host, Katie Spicer, and today is Monday, May 20th, 2024. We have a lot to look at in local news today, including information on First Source for Women's Baby Bottle Boomerang fundraiser, the Hansville Park and Rec Rodeo, and the Alabama 4-H Biggest Catch Contest. All of this plus sports, weather, and more, but for now, let's dive into the top stories happening in Cullman today. The highly anticipated annual Dinner on First event has once again exceeded expectations, raising a record amount of funds for the replacement of the Heritage Park playground and splash pad on the park's north side. This cherished gathering drew hundreds of attendees and featured a delicious meal sponsored and prepared by Dyron's Low Country Entertainment and a strong sense of community spirit. Nathan Anderson, Executive Director of Cullman Parks Recreation and Sports Tourism, expressed his gratitude for the overwhelming support. "We are incredibly grateful for the generous contributions from everyone who has attended this year's Dinner on First. The community's love for Heritage Park is evident, and the support from our sponsors has been nothing short of extraordinary. Their generosity ensures that our park will continue to be a vibrant place for families to enjoy for years to come." The event was held at local venue Loft 212 due to the dreary forecast, and the food was provided by Mountain Brook Restaurant, Dyron's Low Country. Next up, First Source for Women is a necessary and valuable resource for mothers and mothers-to-be in the Cullman County area. Through its Pregnancy Resource Center, Advocates, and Baby Boutique, the center has successfully supported young and unprepared mothers through the trepidatious waters of motherhood. In turn, First Source for Women looks to the community for support in continuing its outreach programs with various fundraisers, events, and banquets throughout the year. The largest annual fundraiser First Source hosts is its Baby Bottle Boomerang. In past years, the center has asked local churches to place empty baby bottles at their counters and entrances and collect spare change and heartfelt donations to assist in purchasing medical equipment, counseling materials, and much-needed baby care items for clients. 2024 will open the fundraiser to more than just religious organizations and churches. Any church, business, practice, or organization that wishes to participate in the Baby Bottle Boomerang is welcome. For more information on First Source for Women, its ministry and programs, or to receive a collection bottle at a church, organization, or place of business for the Baby Bottle Boomerang fundraiser, contact FSFW at 205-908-8137 or info@firstsourceforwomen.org. To wrap up our top stories, Cullman County People Against a Littered State, or commonly known as PALS, is currently accepting nominations for beautification awards. These awards are physical recognition for local businesses, churches, practices, and organizations that add to the beauty of the area with exceptional landscaping or design. Currently, the recognizable green signs can be found at the Cullman County Courthouse, Carlton's Italian Restaurant, and the Cabin at Clarkson Covered Bridge. Cherry Haney, Cullman County PALS chairperson, implored the community for help, saying, "Please take a moment to nominate your business or a business you believe is worthy of consideration. All nominations must be received by Cullman County PALS no later than 3:30 p.m. on Friday, May 24th. Award recipients will be named and have their association landscape area featured locally and on the PALS Facebook page. Images of the chosen properties will be sent to the Alabama PALS to be featured on its website and social media platforms statewide. Send nomination forms to Cullman County PALS at P.O. Box 1935, Cullman, Alabama 35056. For more information on Cullman County PALS or the Beautification Awards, contact Cherry Haney at cherryhaney@bellsouth.net or 256-531-4222. Now that we have the top stories out of the way, we're going to take a quick break before returning with sports.
Discover what's buzzing in Cullman with Community Matters, where every story pops off the page with local flair. It's the magazine that's got the inside track on what's now, what's new, and who's who. Get the lowdown on top eats and 411 on recipes that'll turn up your summer cooking game. Relive our local team's triumphs on the sports fields and pencil in summer's hottest events for fun the whole family will love. Get your copy of Community Matters at the Cullman Tribune, any of the local businesses on screen, or scan the QR code.
Hello and welcome back. Now it's time to find out what's going on in the world of sports. In today's sports recap, let's check in on this weekend's series between Auburn and Alabama. The Crimson Tide traveled to Plainsman Park to play the final series of the regular season against the Tigers, and Auburn took the first two matchups Thursday and Friday to claim the series win. Alabama bounced back to take Game 3 Saturday night. In Game 1, Auburn took a 1-0 lead in the first with a sacrifice fly from Cooper McMurray, and the Tigers stretched the lead 2-0 in the third when Ike Irish led off with a double, advanced to third on a grounder, and scored on Caden Green's fielder's choice. An RBI single from Gage Miller trimmed the lead 2-1 in the top of the fourth, but after a scoreless fifth inning, Derek Fabian responded with an RBI double in the sixth to put Auburn ahead 3-1. A William Hammader single allowed Alabama to cut the lead 3-2 in the seventh, but a solo home run from Cade Ballou in the eighth put the finishing touches on a 4-2 win for the Tigers. After a low-scoring Game 1, both offenses got things going in Game 2. Alabama took a 1-0 lead in the top of the first. After a pair of scoreless innings, the Tide added another run to their lead in the top of the fourth, but the Tigers answered with 6 runs in the bottom half of the inning to take a 6-2 lead. Auburn's bats stayed hot in the fifth, and the Tigers plated 6 more runs to extend the lead 12-2 going into the sixth. Despite trailing by 10 runs, the Crimson Tide continued to battle, scoring 4 runs in the seventh and 4 more in the eighth to make it a 12-10 game going into the final frame. Alabama scored another run in the top of the ninth to cut the lead to 1, but Auburn was able to collect the final 2 outs and hold on to a 12-11 win. In Saturday's series finale, the Tide and Tigers were tied at 1 after the first inning, and Auburn tacked on another run in the second to make it a 2-1 game. After a scoreless third inning, the Tigers plated a pair of runs to pull ahead 4-1 going into the fifth, but it was all Alabama from that point on. The Crimson Tide scored 3 runs in the top of the fifth to tie the score at 4, and they didn't slow down in the sixth, putting 4 more runs on the board to take an 8-4 lead. Auburn pushed 1 run across the plate in the bottom of the seventh to trim the lead 8-5, but after a scoreless eighth inning, Alabama scored 4 more runs in the top of the ninth to wrap up a 12-5 win over the Tigers. Alabama will now travel to Hoover to take part in the 2024 SEC tournament. The 7th-seeded Crimson Tide will square off with 10th-seeded South Carolina in the second game of Tuesday morning's session. That covers sports for today, but make sure to check with the Cullman Tribune each day for the latest in sports coverage from across the area. We'll be back after this message. Hello and welcome back to Cullman Today. Now it's time to speed things up with our news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. The HPR Pro Rodeo is gearing up for its 3rd year, promising to be bigger and better than ever. Scheduled for June 29th at the Cullman County Agricultural Trade Center, this action-packed event is set to provide a night of fun for the whole family. Gates will open at 5:30 p.m. with the rodeo starting at 7. Ticket prices are different for each age range, with children ages 5 and younger free, ages 6 to 11 $12, and ages 12 and older $20. Tickets will be sold at the gate. Hanceville Park and Rec Director David Wazalewski shared insights into the event's growth and exciting changes this year. The HPR Pro Rodeo is back for its 3rd year and it's going to be bigger and better than ever. We are thrilled to have the Southern Rodeo Company producing our rodeo as they won the IPRA Stock Contractor of the Year for 2024. This year's rodeo promises a full event experience, moving to the Cullman County Agricultural Trade Center to ensure that it will proceed rain or shine. The event will feature a variety of rodeo activities, providing a thrilling experience for attendees. Hanceville Park and Rec currently has sponsorship openings for the upcoming HPR Pro Rodeo sponsorship packages offer a unique opportunity for businesses to engage with a diverse and passionate audience. Benefits of sponsorship include increased brand visibility through event signage, announcements, and social media promotion. For businesses interested in becoming sponsors, all sponsorship opportunities are listed on the Hanceville Park and Rec Facebook page. This is a chance to support a significant community event while gaining exposure to a wide audience. For additional information or to become a sponsor, call 256-735-6549. You can also contact David Wazalewski at parkdirector@cityofhanceville.net or visit the Hanceville Park and Rec Facebook page. The Alabama 4-H Biggest Catch Contest is back for another year with some new competition categories. Emily Nichols, an Alabama Cooperative Extension System 4-H Natural Resource Specialist, said she is excited to add new components to this year's competition. Nichols said, "This is our 5th year to offer this contest, and there is more that we want our youth and their families to discover. I'm thrilled to incorporate new categories that encourage young people to explore as many public water bodies as possible and gain exposure and familiarity with as many different fish as possible. I want people to get to know the special aquatic resources that we have in our state." This fishing competition is May 24th through June 3rd. All Alabama youth ages 9 to 18 are invited to participate. There is no prior 4-H experience required to join in on the fun. To enter the 3 fishing categories, participants must catch a fish in Alabama waters between May 24th and June 3rd. To be eligible, contestants must catch and land their fish without any help. After making the catch, contestants must include a photograph of the fish along with the submission. Wallace State Community College's Department of Nursing Education recognized more than 75 graduates at the first two pinning ceremonies for the class of 2024. Both the May and August ceremonies celebrate new nurses graduating from the program that has twice been designated as a Center for Excellence by the National League of Nursing. Wallace State Community College President Dr. Vicki Karlowicz welcomed nursing graduates and their families to Tom Drake Coliseum, congratulating students on their upcoming nursing careers. Karlowicz said, "Here is your future, Wallace State nurses. Welcome to it and congratulations." The pinning ceremony for the August cohort will be held at 5 p.m. on Thursday, August 1st in Traditions Bank Arena at Tom Drake Coliseum. The Cullman Regional Foundation Board of Trustees recently donated $150,000 to Cullman Regional for a new ambulance at Cullman Emergency Medical Services. Cullman Regional Foundation President Dr. Matt Dillinger said, "The generous giving from the community and fundraising efforts from the gala have allowed for the donation. The Cullman Regional Foundation is proud to have a role in advancing health care for our community. The Cullman Regional Board of Trustees and the Cullman Regional Service Guild members are helped with the fundraising efforts and fundraising events, which allowed individuals to become more involved in local philanthropy. The Cullman Regional Foundation is a nonprofit organization that seeks to assist, advance, and strengthen Cullman Regional in its mission of providing excellent health care, health education, and humanitarian endeavors." Now for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respect with obituaries. I'll be right back after this quick message. Welcome back. We are happy to report that there are no obituaries to share today. So now let's take a look at today's weather forecast. Today will be sunny with a high near 83. There will be a calm wind coming southeast around 5 miles per hour. In the evening, it will be mostly clear with a low around 62 and a calm wind. On Tuesday, it will be sunny with a high near 86 and a south wind around 5 miles per hour. Tuesday night will be mostly clear with a low around 64 and a south wind around 5 miles per hour. That concludes our broadcast for today. Thank you for joining us on Cullman Today. We'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. I'm Katie Spicer signing off. From all of us here at Cullman Today, have a marvelous Monday, Cullman.